Howdy, friends. Steve DePoe here with the Rose Realty team with this week's real estate vlog for North Texas. Before we get started, we ask you to go to YouTube and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Let's Do Real Estate Texas. There's no charge, but you will be alerted to updates and changes to our series Spotlight on Community, Focus on Small Business, and of course, our weekly real estate updates on North Texas. Thank you. Let's get started. Today's topic, some of the to-dos you should do as a new homeowner. Let's get started. So first of all, work from a checklist, okay? Now, all of us, have a lot to do, especially when you buy a home, have a lot on your mind, a lot to do. So work from a checklist so you don't forget anything. Now, at the bottom of the slide over here, keep on forgetting that. At the bottom of the slide over here is a link that you can punch into your web browser to get to a checklist that we've developed. If you can't punch that in, at the bottom of this email is a button that says link to list. You just click that; it'll take you to our list, and you can download it for free. So work from a list, okay? But if we're going to start talking about topics, security and safety is number one, okay? Security and safety includes things like change the locks, hide an extra key. Please don't put the key under the welcome mat, okay? FYI. Reset key codes, security lights, reset security lights, and reset passwords on all video cameras. Now, look, this isn't to say that the people you bought the house from are going to come back, or they're unscrupulous or something like that. No, the trick here is that we don't know who they may have given keys to. Okay, they may have given a key to a person down the street who looks over their house when they're on vacation, takes in their garbage cans, that kind of stuff. We don't know who that person is. Okay, they may be very nice, right? But we don't know who that person is. We don't know who they gave keys to. So we basically want to rekey the house, right? If you need help on finding a good locksmith, give me a call. I can help you out there. Same thing with resetting key codes. Not only key codes on the front door, but remember, you also have a key code likely on your garage door, on the garage door pad. Reset that. Security lights. Check the security lights. Security lights are either they come on at a certain time, or maybe when there's motion detectors. Check those, and maybe reset those if you need to. And then reset any passwords on any video cameras. Look, if this is a smart house and you bought some kind of a smart house from the seller, we want to make sure that they're not they're still not getting the video feed. You want to reset those passwords. The current passwords you can get from either your agent, the seller's agent, or the sellers themselves. Some combination there. Start with your agent, and your agent should be able to help you get to where those passwords are. Maintenance on the house, right? So clean out the dryer hoses, replace the HVAC filters, schedule HVAC maintenance. We have our HVAC maintenance done twice a year, spring and fall. Okay, those are like the busy seasons, here in North Texas. So we want to make sure that our air conditioning and heating are at peak efficiency. That means cleaning out the systems and making sure they're all scrubbed down. Clean gutters. This was sort of a wild year for some weather. We want to make sure that the gutters are cleaned out and the downspouts are not overflowing, therefore that affecting your landscaping, right? And then take a look at your inspection report. Now, if you recall from previous videos, right, one of the things you should have done was had an inspection on the house you wanted to buy. And then out of that inspection was some things that we wanted the sellers to fix. Well, they didn't fix all of them. Take my word for it. I know. So we want to take a look at that inspection report. You should have gotten a copy because you paid for it. And you want to take a look at that inspection report and get those things fixed that the seller didn't fix. Typically, this is probably caulking around the outside windows, maybe cracks and minor cracks in mortar, touching up some paint, those kinds of things. Take a look at that inspection report and then get those things fixed so that your house is and top notch, while you're beginning to live there and you're beginning to meet neighbors and those kinds of things. Emergency prep. Hey, find out where the main water shutoff is. The circuit box. You should know where the circuit box is. It's probably in the garage, but check that out. The main gas shutoff, and then the set of emergency contacts. Now, these can either be done separately or together. The main water shutoff. A couple years ago we had a hot water heater go, and I don't know where the main water shutoff was. I knew where the shutoff was to the hot water heater, but not the main water shutoff. And then I needed a key to do that, and it was a little bit of a tense situation for about a half an hour. Find these things out as soon as you move in. It'll make your life a lot easier if something were to go wrong. And so this is also those one-off things like the hot water heater or the circuit box. If you have a power surge, you overload the an outlet and the Christmas lights go out, right? But make sure you know where these things are. Emergency contacts is know who to contact. First of all, gas, water, power, those kinds of people, but also emergency contacts in case if there's a problem, who could you call for help? Like, your sister who lives across town, or your parents who live, in Garland or something like that, right? You need a list of emergency contacts so you know to contact if you needed some help, sort of right away. Documents. So there's a certain set of documents that you should set aside, that should be protected. We don't necessarily need them in a safety deposit box, although that would be a good idea. But you need them in the house in a safe location, so that you can get at them. So these are like your survey, your inspection report, your closing documents, your insurance information on the house and your cars and life insurance, your credit card information, banking information, and some of your auto pay information. Hey, look, I have a friend who lives in Louisiana, just north of New Orleans, right? And they get hurricanes and frankly tornadoes, on a yearly basis. And he calls it a strong box, but it's basically a secure box that he's got in the bottom drawer of his desk, with a certain amount of cash in it as well, so that if a weather event were to happen, he's just got to take that box and it's got all his important documents in it. These documents here, you could do that same thing, but the documents here we're talking about are so that you have them all in one location. So if someone were to say, "Hey, your fence is on my property," bang, you can go right to that box, right to that document, open it up, and say, "Yeah, no, I don't think so. The survey says," and then we can find out that your fence isn't on their property. So collect those documents, put them all in one location so that they'll be safe and secure, and you can get at them. I hope that was helpful. Next week, the real estate bidding war. This is a cool topic when I researched it, and I give you a hint. Some of the bidding war is over, and not all of it. Tune in next week. This is Steve DePaul for the Rose Realty Team. I'm going to bounce.